Hey everyone, Chimera45 here with another Dragon Ball Super episode review. This time it is going to be on episode 4. So as usual, we're just going to jump right into the recap of the episode. The episode starts off with a summary of what happened last week with Bulma having her birthday party, Beerus looking for Goku and all that. And then it cuts to Beerus and Whis traveling through the cosmos trying to get to King Kai's planet, and Beerus is complaining about his food as usual. He's saying, he's sick and tired of eating whatever the heck that food he's eating is called. And Whis is like, but you haven't had that meal in over 160 years. How could you be sick of it? Beerus is like, whatever. Let's just get to King Kai's planet while I eat. Doesn't stop him from chowing down, even though he says he doesn't like it. Anyway, after that, Goku's seen training on King Kai's planet. But King Kai is freaking out because he can sense that Beerus is headed towards his planet. And Goku's like, King Kai, you've been acting weird all day. What's going on? And King Kai's like, no, nothing. I just want you to go home. Go home and to that party that you were telling me about. Goku's like, well, I don't really do parties. I end up getting bored. But King Kai is doing everything he can to try to get Goku to go home because he does not want Goku to meet Beerus because that could be very, very bad. Well, while King Kai is trying to convince Goku to go to the party, we cut to the party and we see everyone enjoying themselves, Boo's chowing down on food, all the Z fighters are reminiscing about old times, I guess. We don't actually get any dialogue. It's just a little montage of everyone enjoying themselves. And then we get to Bulma, who is drinking up a storm because she's pissed that Goku and Vegeta aren't coming to her birthday. Gohan's trying to explain, with my dad, it's not personal, he's just as forgetful. But Bulma's like, it's personal to me. Do you know how long I've known this man for? Which is true, she's known Goku a very, very long time. And Krillin's trying to distract her from her grief, and he asks her how old she is, which is a very stupid idea. You never ask a woman that. And 18 comes walking up with Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's like, wow, I've never been on a cruise before. It's nice knowing the richest people in the world. 18's only worried about the bingo prizes, though, because there's this big bingo tournament. And apparently they're giving away a castle, a yacht, a car, all that kind of stuff. And Bulma's like, 18, if you think those are cool prizes, you should see what the grand prize is. We're not told what it is right there. But as they're discussing the bingo prizes, Trunks and Goten are running around the ship. And Trunks is like, hey Goten, I'll show you what all the prizes are. I'll give you a little VIP tour. Goten's like, sweet, let's go. They go, and they open up, and Trunks opens this big-ass door. And they go in, and yep, there's a castle, there's a yacht, there's a car, all kinds of stuff. And Goten's just like, no flippin' way. When I heard him say that, I had to actually rewind it for a little bit. Like, what did Goten just say? Oh, no flippin' way. I thought he said, no friggin' way or something like that. I was like, there's no way Funimation did that in Dragon Ball. But that's hilarious. So Trunks shows Goten this ultra-high security device that Bulma invented. But Bulma left two, pretty critical failures in her design. First, the plug is right there on the wall. And second, she left her passcode out in the open, so Trunks is able to get into this device. And we find out that the Dragon Balls are actually the main prize for the tournament, which is pretty cool. While all that's going on, we cut to a little island that the boat is approaching. And this is where it happens. Emperor Pilaf and his gang make a return. I don't know why they bothered to do this. And they're children. I don't know when they gathered the Dragon Balls before to wish for their youth back, but they're little kids now. And they've been stuck on this island looking for treasure that Pilaf is convinced is there. And they're starving to death because they have no food. And they're there for comedy. Don't get me, I'm saying that and it sounds like it's an awful situation, which it is, but they're there for comedy effect. And when Trunks deactivates the security device around the Dragon Balls, somehow Pilaf has his own dragon radar, and it detects them. So Pilaf and his crew get in their little rinky-dink boat and head towards the cruise ship. And along the way, they get attacked by a shark, which is, again, pretty funny. They're just there for comedy. They're not serious characters. They bring nothing to the table. They're just there for comedy's sake. As they're trying to get onto the ship, getting away from the shark, Trunks and Goten see them and throw a ladder overboard and help them climb up. And Trunks is like, well, if you guys are hungry and all that, you can chill at our party, it's my mom's birthday, you can eat all you want. And at first Pilaf's like, no, we don't accept charity. And as they're just sitting on the floor, watching all this really nice food go by, Trunks and Goten bring up 2 trays of food, and they're like, you guys sure you don't want anything? So Pilaf and his gang are like, okay, whatever, we'll eat. And they start chowing down. I thought that was really cool that Goten and Trunks were that nice to them. It's really a contradiction because in the beginning of Dragon Ball, Pilaf and his gang were the main antagonists and always getting stopped by Goku and Bulma. So it's just funny seeing the flip side now of they're the ones in need and the children of their old enemies are helping them. I just think that's a really cool little flip-flop. So while Pilaf and his gang are enjoying the party and everyone else is enjoying the party, we cut over to Capsule Corp where the phone starts ringing. And we see Vegeta training at 150 times Earth's gravity, which you would think would be nothing to him by now, because he's been gravity training for how long? But I guess 150 times in his base form is still a kind of a rough ordeal, which makes sense. But he finally, masters it, more or less. And then this woman has balls of steel right here. She literally walks into the gravity room, shuts it down, and walks into the gravity room during his training session to tell him that Bulma is on the phone. That woman has some balls of steel right there. Not many people would walk into Vegeta's training chamber, especially during a session. And Vegeta's telling her to go away because he doesn't have any time for parties and all that. And Bulma yells at him over the phone, like, you better get your Saiyan butt over here. I've put up with so much crap over the years, but you missing my party is not going to be one of them. And Vegeta just gets this face. He's just like, oh shit, I gotta go. And it's just great, because Vegeta is so much more powerful than Bulma, but she just still has his balls in a vice grip. It's hilarious. So it cuts away from all of that, and it shows Goku still training on King Kai's planet. King Kai's talking with Bubbles and Gregory. He's like, I'm not really built for this sort of stress. It does me no good. And while they're talking, Goku fires a really powerful Kamehameha wave at himself. It's part of his training, fire a blast stronger than yourself and try to deflect it. It's effective, I guess, but it's also devastating to King Kai's planet. And King Kai's yelling at him, you see, this is exactly why you and Beerus can't meet, because neither of you know how to control yourselves. And he's like, oh crap, I just slipped. Goku's like, Beerus? Who's this Beerus guy? And King Kai finally breaks down, and he's like, okay, I'll tell you. Beerus is a destroyer god, and he goes ahead and explains how there's the Supreme Kais who create life, and then there's the gods of destruction who destroy life to keep the universe in balance. And Goku is kind of confused at first. He's like, so is he a good guy, a bad guy? And King Kai's like, it really has nothing to do with good or bad. He's just there to keep balance. And when Goku asks about his strength, King Kai's like, he's the strongest being that you've ever encountered. Nothing you've ever fought against could even come close to this guy. And of course, that just gets Goku excited. And as they're talking, King Kai senses that Beerus is right on top of them. So he pushes Goku into his house. And he's trying to collect himself okay, calm down. And then boom! Whis and Beerus just drop onto the planet. And King Kai freaking out, and Goku's like, oh, so I guess that's what a destroyer god looks like. But he sees Whis at first. He doesn't see Beerus. So he thinks that Whis is the destroyer god. And then Beerus just comes around from behind Whis and just looks at King Kai and just gets this really menacing look. And it's just really cool. And then that's how the episode ends. Just cuts right there with that Beerus face. So yeah, that is episode 4 of Dragon Ball Super in a nutshell. Let's just go into my overall thoughts and likes and dislikes like I usually do. I liked the animation in this episode. The reason I'm stressing the animation is because later on in the show, it does take a dip, but I want to see if it does with the English dub. I don't know if they've gone back and remastered the footage or anything like that before dubbing it. So that's why I keep emphasizing the animation, because it might be in future episodes that I'm like, oh, the animation is shit compared to what it was in the beginning episodes and stuff like that. I like the Pilaf gang's voices. They all sound pretty much the same. Chu and Emperor Pilaf have the same voice actors that they did back in Dragon Ball, which is phenomenal. Mai, because she's a kid, you can't necessarily get the original voice actress to voice her. I don't really know if she can pull off a kid voice, so they had to get someone else for her, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it could be the same actress, and I could be completely wrong, but I don't know for a fact. I liked Vegeta getting scared by Bulma. Just always hilarious seeing these guys who can blow up planets just get scared by their normal little wives yelling at them. I just always find that really funny. And I liked that Trunks and Goten were so cool to the Peel-Off gang. I know I mentioned that earlier, but I just thought that was really cool. It just shows they're good-natured characters. I know they're kids and all that, but still, there's some kids out there who are pricks. You know, you can't deny that. So it's just cool seeing them be nice kids to these strangers that they have no idea that their parents used to fight against back in the day. Now, my dislikes, I don't like that the Peel-Off gang was reintroduced. I just don't see the point. It's all for nostalgia, it's all for comedy and all that. I get it, but I just don't see the point. They literally bring nothing to the table but comedy relief. And the nostalgia. That's all they bring to the table. But whatever, they're there, and they're here to stay, so I just gotta look past it. And I don't like that it took so long for Beast, I guess that's their fusion from Dragon Ball Fusion's Beast, or Whirus. Nah, I don't like that it took Whis and Beerus so long to get to King Kai's planet. Whis is supposed to be the fastest in the universe, and it took them 2 episodes to get to King Kai's. I just think that's a little too long, but I know, they gotta stretch out the plot and all that. The only real, question I have for the episode is, when did the Peel-Off gang become kids again? When did that happen? I don't think it's ever explained when they gathered the Dragon Balls before. And I just want to know how they became kids again. When did that happen? How did that happen? Who made that happen? Did they steal that Dragon Radar from Bulma and then they went and found the Dragon Balls? And if so, why did they wish to be kids? Why didn't they just wish for world domination and then find the Dragon Balls again to restore their youth? I don't know. It's very confusing. Their reappearance is just confusing altogether. But anyway, that has been my review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 4 and my thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed. Go and check out Dragon Ball Super Episode 4 on DragonBallTV.net. I just got a comment on my first review episode asking if they even started making the English dub episodes yet. And the answer is yes. That's how I'm making these review episodes, because they have made the English episodes available to us. And yeah, I guess I'll leave the link in the description again as to where I've actually watched these. But yes, the English dub is out. It's real, and you can go watch it if you want to. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week for my review of Episode 5.